My name is JT, and I will be presenting the ethical issues related to equity in the workforce for visually impaired. With the DEI movement that has been going on recently, it would seem that those who are visually impaired and with disabilities would have a fair and equal employment. Unfortunately, this is not the case because of issues related to misconceptions about those with visual impairments, these issues include not understanding how the system works for help and understanding of the ADA laws. This also has to do with misconceptions around the abilities of those who cannot see due to those that are sighted having a reliance on their sight. Unfortunately, this means that their visual impairment is fairly high despite the presence of the ADA and other resources. The unemployment is mainly visually impaired do have ways to compensate for their lack of sight, just like those who use wheelchairs or have cerebral palsy do. Those that are visually impaired or blind can use assistive technology and tools such as large print keyboards, magnifiers, binoculars, which allow them to see further, canes allow them to not run into things. With these types of tools, those that are visually impaired have just as capable of those are just as capable as those that are not visually impaired. There are statistics that show that amongst those that have disabilities, visual impairment has an average of 5% less than those with other impairments. This is an issue due to the lack of equity that this number seems to show. Visual impairment's employment rate is at 45%, while this is higher than other categories than the same category in previous years. This number is not near the 75% that the rest of the United States is at. Some of these issues can deal with not being able to access the physical building or knowing where certain rooms are due to lack of braille, but one of the main issues in the modern day is unequal access to digital technology, to digital content. This digital content is a growing part of modern workforce and being a consumer. So it seems that we should be obliged to have an ethical responsibility to enable the people to access the websites and software that those who are sighted are able to access. These include websites such as CRMs, banking accounts, database management systems. Just small things in the website accessibility can make it really hard for those who are visually impaired to access the necessary information. This is an example of one such issue.
Visited link not ADA compliant. Enter. Demos-CD comms access tech. Bullet visited link not ADA compliant. Demos-CD comms access tech Google Chrome. 2020's generic website Google Chrome. Navigation region. Page has one region, one heading and 12 links. There are 9 smart glance highlights on this page. 2020's generic website. To get missing image descriptions, open the context menu. Unlabeled graphic. Navigation region. Link home. Visited link programs on mouse over. Link about navigation region end heading level 2 component library transformer unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 1 right parent. Batteries unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 2 right parent. Capacitors unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 3 right parent. Diodes unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 4 right parent. Dip transistor unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 6 right parent. SMD transistor unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 7 right parent. LED unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 8 right parent. PCB unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 9 right parent. Resistor unlabeled graphic thumb/I left parent 10 right parent. Left parent 10 right parent. 20 thumb/I left parent 2 right. Batteries unlabeled transformer heading navigation read link about. Navigation region. Visited link programs on mouse over. Link home. Programs link on mouse over. Space 2020's generic website. Program space 2020's generic website. 2020's generic website.
Which means that now a whole part of the website is not accessible. If this was a database management website, you wouldn't be able to do your job, and like in a physical place, if you're not able to find the correct office due to a lack of braille or large print signage, you aren't able to perform the job which others can perform, and this here is a lack of equity in the more modern era of website and online interactions. There are systems and guidelines in place that allow us to fix these issues, but unfortunately in many cases it seems that either the developers do not know about those with visual impairments or are unaware of how to change or fix it in a proper way. These changes are fairly simple and keep the site looking just about the same way. But in this example, I've added the accessibility features that are needed to navigate this site.
2 items. Bullet visited link ADA compliant. Enter. Demos-CD comms access tech. Bullet visited link ADA compliant. EHB-code repository vertical bar home Google Chrome. To get missing image descriptions, open the context menu. Unlabeled graphic. Page has 1 region, 1 heading and 10 links. There are 9 smart glance highlights on this page. EHB-code repository vertical bar home. Visited same page link. Skip the content. To get missing image descriptions, open the context menu. Unlabeled graphic. Navigation region. button, home button, programs button on mouse over, about button, navigation region end, previous button, next button, heading level 2 component library transformer link graphic image of a transformer, click to learn more, batteries link graphic image of lots of batteries, click to learn more, capacitors link graphic image depicting an assortment of capacitors, click to learn more, diodes link graphic image depicting and various sizes of diodes, click to learn more, dip transistor link graphic image showing through hole transistors, click to learn more, SMD transistor link graphic image showing surface mount design transistors, click to learn more, LED link graphic image illustrating generic LEDs, click to learn more, PCB link graphic photo of PCBs, click to learn more, resistor link graphic photo depicting resistors, click to learn more.
And now you'll be able to see
Resist link PC link LED link graphic image depicting an assort compat link graphic image of a transformer. Click to learn more. Transform heading next but previous navigation region end. About button. Programs button blank P R O G about button. EHB dash code repository vertical bar home programs button on mouse over to add.
This is a major step in making the websites accessible, and we've been working to make them accessible through setting these standards with the government's help of trying to enforce these. We have successfully, through companies such as the International Association of Accessibility Professionals and the A11Y, we have made it so that the websites that are used for education and medical purposes have to meet the baseline of website accessibility guidelines. And this is one step closer to making it more equal. And unfortunately, there were some issues related to online stores not being accessibility compliance. Back in 2021 and through the court system in California, those online shops were basically said that they didn't need to meet accessibility standards because they were not meeting they didn't have any physical stores, which meant they didn't need to have their virtual store didn't need to meet with the ADA. And this interpretation of the ADA's guideline and legislation is a backward step in the ability for not only consumers, but also those who work and rely on these sites, that they cannot access them, whereas those who are sighted are able to. This here poses several ethical issues related to how the interpretation of the law as changes in technology and accessibility develop. Thankfully, the Biden administration has been working on renewing their efforts to enforce the ADA legislation on companies that are dealing with the public sectors and revamping several of the non-accessible websites that are run by the government. This here will not only allow those using the website to access it more freely, but hopefully they're also working to make the back end able to be accessed by screen readers as well, so that those with visual impairments are able to work alongside the sighted peers in the same building and doing the same job as those that are sighted. There are several ethical responsibilities I feel that are needed to address the issues with how we treat those, like how we treat the equity part in the diversity, equity, and inclusion movement. It seems that we have focused on those that have physical differences from race for diversity and disabilities such as paraplegics and those who have ambulatory or auditory disorders. Unfortunately, it seems that we've not moved too far until the Biden administration to work on making it more equal for those that have visual impairments. There were also some let's see. There was also some issues related to how we can accommodate these people, but I feel that just like we have accommodated those that use things such as wheelchairs or special mice and keyboards, we can also accommodate those that use screen readers. It just takes a little bit more work to organize things in a logical order, but with this, it would help make it so that those with visual impairments are better able to adapt to the online workforce. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the. If you have any questions, you can ask them now.